look where I am. So I'm at an Airbnb here in Canada, trying to get away, clear my mind, and you can't even make this up. Look at this. Hi. There's 3 kittens. And I got this cute little Airstream behind me, which is nice. Oh, wow. Hi, everybody. Let's get a good frame. That's nice. Yeah. Okay. Now let's switch to this audio because I feel like it's going to be a little bit better. Okay. Hi. Hey. Do you have anything to say? Okay. Hi. So in my last video, I talked a little bit about how I wasn't quite feeling myself. I was feeling a little bit sad, down, and it's pretty crazy how many people reached out to me and said that they were feeling the same way. This is actually way hotter than I expected it to be. I'm going to match the Airstream. Look at this. Don't play with that. So I basically talked about how I wasn't feeling myself. I've been feeling kind of sad recently, a little bit down, and it's pretty crazy how many of you have also reached out to me saying the same thing after that video. And I don't want this to be another video about, you know, another dude on the internet bitching about the algorithm and bitching about how Instagram's changed and all that. However, you know, it was something that I had to address, and it was something that was making me feel shittier. And with the response that I got from so many of you saying that you were going through the same thing, I thought, well, why not kind of give you guys the step-by-step approach that I'm taking to overcome this? Because I feel like with how fast everything is in the online world and in the digital age, a lot of times we just don't get a chance to like step back and think about the direction we want to go. And so I want to give you guys some of the tips that I think, not that I'm necessarily learning, but things that I'm going to be doing to hopefully get myself out of this creative funk that I'm in. And maybe it'll help some of you guys. Hi, there's still a cat in my lap. Just hanging out. So my first piece of advice for any time I'm in a creative funk is to work on a personal project with or about people that I love. I switched locations. Bet you didn't expect that. But like you can see I'm in Canada because of the flag. And soft music is playing, so you know it's a good Sam video. Back to the thing. Basically, anytime I'm in a creative funk, I try to go back to the reason why I picked up a camera in the first place. When I first got a camera, all I wanted to do was shoot with my friends, shoot family gatherings, just shoot whatever was happening in my life at that moment. And somehow down the line, the more I shot, the less I filmed those little moments with friends and the people that mattered most to me. So something that I like to do is go back to the basics and work on a project with people that I love or about somebody that I love, because it's something that I know no matter how it performs, for the rest of my life, I'm going to have that film and I'm going to appreciate it. One perfect example of this that anybody can do with someone you love is I made a video called Advice from Grandma. And it's a film that I made about my grandma. To me, it's still one of the most special projects I've ever made. And something as simple as that, just making a video about someone that you really love, for me, gets me out of my head of all the TikToks and the fast videos that you should make, and allows me to make something more intentional. Right now, I'm making a film about my family and how we just traveled together to Alaska, and it's something that I know no matter how it performs, I'm going to really, really appreciate that film. And right now I'm working on it, and it has already re-sparked a lot of creative energy back into my life, because it reminds me of why I do all of this in the first place, instead of just getting caught in that same loop that we're always caught into. So my second piece of advice would be to give yourself a deadline. This is something that I really like doing whenever I feel like I'm just so caught up in my own head. I think that's why people are so attracted to Instagram Reels and TikToks, because you don't really have to make anything amazing. It's just throw whatever you can at the algorithm and hopefully something blows up. But for something that's a passion project or a big cinematic project, which is what I really enjoy making, it's really, really tough, at least for me, to make something and post it. I'm so in my head about, okay, will people find this stupid? Are people gonna think this is too over the top? Or it's just really, I get caught in my head, especially with those cinematic films, because they are more vulnerable. They are more like showing you as an artist as opposed to just following a trend and just copying and pasting something. So it's a lot harder to get out. So if you have a deadline that you are like, I'm gonna put this film up by this date, it really, really helps you get out of your own head and keep moving. My third piece of advice would be to spend time in a new environment. It's just to get out of your daily routines and what you do from a day to day, just to change your perspective on everything. Now, you don't necessarily need to travel to another country. Just go somewhere close to you that's different than what you're used to, and break your normal habits, break your normal routines. Because for me, whenever I'm so caught up in the day to day of life and waking up in the same routine, I just end up kind of going down not a dark path, but going down a path that I'm like just a little caught into what everyone else is doing. And in order to come up with my own original ideas, I like to step back, break away from everything, stop watching and consuming so much content, and go out into nature and really just reconnect with myself. And for me, that really helps break those cycles of, watching the same content over and over, and allows me to come up with some original ideas. So the final piece of advice here would be to make at least one project per year that you want to make. You hear me talk about all the time on this channel that we should step back more and make more projects and videos and films that we want to make. Not because we think that's what people want to see, not because it's the latest trend, not because we think the algorithm will feed it, but making more projects that we are genuinely passionate about. Those artistic films that really bring us life. We need to make money as creators. There's nothing wrong with feeding the Instagram algorithm to blow up. Having followers helps. Having people view your content and your films helps a lot. However, if you never give yourself the space to make something that you're really genuinely proud of, then what's really the point of all this? If you can at least make the time to make one of those each year, that will provide the building block to be able to make more and more, and hopefully be able to get paid to make those same projects. Because, if you consistently stack yourself with client videos that you hate, and consistently stack yourself with, okay, these are the short form content videos that I need to make to blow up and go viral, you'll never really fuel yourself as an artist. So I understand everyone needs to pay the bills and not everyone's in the same place. But if you can just put aside time to make one film, just one, that really, really brings you life as a person, as an artist. And if you combine all these things I talked about, if you can work on it with people you love, or make a film about someone you love, if you can go out to nature and really reconnect with who you are and break your normal routines and give yourself that deadline, just do that once this year. And I promise you something amazing will happen, because you will make a project that you'll find you don't really give a fuck how the algorithm blows it up or doesn't, Obviously, validation is great, but having a film that you look back on and think, wow, I did that, I made that, is the best feeling as an artist. And I know I want to make so many more of those. So that's why I'm here. That's why I'm trying to reset, and that's why I'm trying to step back and give myself a little bit of grace, and hopefully make more of those projects that you guys want to share with your friends and think, damn, Sam's making stuff that he's really proud of, and I want to build a community of people doing the exact same thing. So that was just some thoughts. I had this Alaska film that I'm working on that I'm really, really excited about, that just kind of sparked all of this. So I'm stoked for you guys to see it. I'm going to send you back to Airstream Sam, who was supposed to do a better job at this video, but obviously he didn't. And he's going to, wrap this whole thing up, and stick around. There's some bloopers at the end, and that's it. I love you guys. I want to thank you for watching and being so receptive to these videos where I'm just sitting down and talking, because it's pretty cool. You want to know what else is pretty cool? help me out, hang out for a second, is the sponsor of this video, which is Cuts Clothing. Guys, real quick before you take off, Cuts is having their biggest sale of the year. The biggest sale of the year, 25 to 50% off. They've been supporting my channel for a very, very long time, and as a sponsor, I have stood behind 1000% because it is genuinely, they're the only clothes I wear. They have a new drop of hats that just came out. They have shirts that just don't wrinkle, and for a travel boy like myself to be able to pack that in and have something that fits nice and doesn't really wrinkle is incredible. They got this jacket that I was wearing at the beginning. Check this out. Oh, come on. They got a whole lot of stuff. And right now, everything for the next 4 or 5 days till August 25th, I do believe, you can check down below, is 25 to 50% off. It is by far the cheapest these clothes are ever going to be, and they're comfortable and they're amazing, and it helps me out a ton. If you want to grab anything, just use the link in my description. And if for some reason you are watching this after August 25th, you can still use the link in my description for 15% off and help me out, code Sam Newton. So, new video coming out very soon. It's that Alaska project I just talked about with my family, which I'm very, very excited about. All right, go grab yourself some cuts, link in the description, and go make something. All right, love you guys, and as always, stay creamy. And this is something that I find really important for a video that you want to work on. There's, oh my God, hold on, I gotta show you this. This is my life, really? Hold on. Nice cock! Nice cock! Okay. I'm sorry. Yo, my bad, dude. This is something that I think I made some enemies. For me, it's something extremely helpful as a creative to kind of have this. Bro, he's getting closer. I'm not even kidding. I think I might get attacked by roosters. I'm gonna fight through this. Is give yourself a deadline. Number 3 would be. Should I kill the chicken?